Hello everybody, Major Colton here with another Armored Core build video. Today, well, I'm going to put a little bit more time until I put out some of my other builds, so I thought I might as well give out, for those who don't know it, the most rounded and well-effective meta build for this current patch. While I hate fighting it and I hate feeding the meta, honestly I just don't play it enough right now, so it's not going to hurt me, it's going to hurt the other people playing. And it'll be a good way for the noobs to compensate for lower levels of skill fighting big teams with a build that is just so awesomely overpowered that it would just easily destroy them, like close that gap easy. So this is for the newer players to the game, simply because this is a very easy build to use and it ignores armor and it will shred you to pieces no matter what your armor is. Doesn't matter if even if you have a KE shield, these gats will destroy it through sheer number of bullets. So let's get started. Okay, first of all, you wanted to use a quad, and I prefer the Ukufun Model 3 for large amounts of defense. Like, keep in mind, this is a build that is fixated on maintaining the highest amount of armor and stability simultaneously. As you can tell, I have a 1564 KE, which isn't that great. I mean, it's kind of good. I mean, you won't buff out Tanzis or Calendulas or Solandulas, however you want to say it. But those are the only two rifles you won't buff out. But you'll buff out every single battle rifle, and the TE core will help you buff out PMGs, but you won't buff out pulse guns and stuff like that. But this is the most armor you can physically get while having a lot of stability still. And the stability, for those of you who don't know, the stability makes the gats fire way more accurate, and some people claim and will swear on it that will make them fire faster, so it makes them twice as good. Basically it makes them, it'd be like if you're using 4 gats at this point at the same time, but I digress. But what you want to do is you want to use the, I don't care what they're called in this game. Oh, let's just call them Zaputoys, as what they were called in the last game. You want to use 2 Zaputoys, only because they have the 598 damage. You might say, well, that's not going to break through armor, but you gotta remember, this is a pure ping damage weapon. It's very overpowered. You'll never run out of ammo. Reload time is 6. It has a 89 firing accuracy, but you can ignore that because every bullet is going to make the hit because of your amount of stability, and has a good optimal range, like great 260 while hitting every bullet on its mark. 515 muzzle velocity makes it a very good gat, simply because every bullet will go there pretty fairly quickly. What you want to do also to make it even more overpowered that some people do not do is you want to use the VDF missiles, Sazanami Model 2s, to do extra damage. Although, since there are a lot of people using Sazanamis right now, you can also, if you want to, substitute it with the, this Sea-Wiz, right here in particular. Simply because it has the highest fire rate, and you'll be able to cut through an entire team's worth of VDFs, allowing it where their missiles are rendered ineffective, and your team's versions of them will do damage while the other team won't, which gives you an even bigger advantage, simply because you clear off most of the enemy's damage right there with just this one add-on. And what you want to do for arms is you want to use these CE arms, the AC202Ls, simply because they have 199 firing stability, therefore adding even more stability, which is great. And you want to use this specific TE core, the Matsukaze Model 3, and you want to use the Worker 1477 retrofit version. And for the head, you want to use the HC129, and you want to use the Betsy Ross retrofit. It's only because this is where most of your stability is coming from. As you can see, if I change it, sure, like some of these will give you a little bit more stability, but it'll ruin your KD to the point where things like Lamportes will just destroy you in mere seconds. So you have to use this one, and that extra stability isn't going to make much of a difference, but this thing's armor will keep you alive and keep you from being just decimated by rapid fire rifles that do have that damage on them. And what you want to do is you want to use this Usagomu Model 3 SCS simply because it has the 350 range, which will keep you a lot of people's range, so you'll be able to backpedal and range them even though you have a lot of armor, so that what little bullets hit you won't do much damage, and this will make it where you can keep them at arm's reach, so you can be constantly tearing them up. I'll use these boosters, the Shinatsus, simply because you can't use power or anything else, because your energy recovery in this AC is going to be pretty bad, but you just want, this AC is all about sustained fire. You want to keep the bullets constantly going at them. You want to use this specific generator, the one right below the Hovital, the GD-P10, because, see, if I put this one on, you're overweight, because this thing's packing a lot of heat, so, and you gotta use this one so you can have what little energy recovery right there. Recon unit, this one 8-250, or this one 5-320. I would actually prefer this one. I don't know why the other one was on there. And for your back, you want to use dual armored Kurosawas. The thing is, though, you only have it'll consume 15k per shot. The capacity in this thing is 52k though, so you'll be able to, as long as you're not moving, you'll be able to fire off a fully charged shot of both of these. That's 12k right there, followed up by a round of BDS. That's like 6k more. Switch to your gats, finish them off. And that's about it for this build. Good hunting.